It's pretty exciting. Pretty cool up here.
Angel?
I like it up here.
It's very exciting and I'm nervous because I'm so glad to meet Tom Holland.
You're with Spider-Man. Okay, we're going to continue our conversation. If there's anything you need to contribute, just let us know, okay? We can jump on in. Okay, so we've talked a little bit about your theater stuff. I was going to say Broadway, but your West End. So tell me a little bit about the process that you went on to become Spider-Man. Because it's not just you went to an audition and they said, you're in.
Oh, I wish. I was filming a film in Canada. Can anyone guess what that film is? No, not Curse Walking, before that one. Well played. Edge of Winter. Yeah, so I was filming Edge of Winter, and I saw that there was a press release that was recasting Spider-Man to sort of bring him into the MCU. And I've been the biggest fan of Spider-Man since the beginning, so I rang my agents and just asked if I could get an audition, which I did, and I had to do, I think I did 5 self-tapes, which is essentially where you film yourself doing a scene. I actually did most of them with the amazing John Bernthal, which was awesome. And then I actually did his self-tape for The Punisher later on in the year. And I basically just did as many backflips as I could squeeze into one audition tape. And then I was flown out to LA for my first ever in-the-room audition. I missed my flight, which was terrifying. I thought I'd blown the whole thing, but it went really well. And then I had a screen test with yours truly, Robert Downey Jr.
Have any of you heard of him?
Yeah!
He plays Tin Man. And then Chris Evans, I did a movement test. That was pretty crazy. I was flown to Atlanta to do a fight scene with Captain America while he was filming Captain America Civil War. And I lost. He beat me up.
But that's not where the story ends. So you do all of these tests, and then what happens?
The Instagram. So because, you know, I felt like I wasn't auditioning in front of just a team of producers. I was auditioning in front of the whole world, you know. Everyone had an opinion on who they wanted to be Spider-Man. And I saw online every bit of information about who was going to be the next Spider-Man, who people wanted, who people didn't want. Thanks. And then I saw Marvel post a picture of Spider-Man saying, "Go to our website to find out who the next Spider-Man is." And I'm like, really? So in my head, I'm like, well, I haven't got it.
I'm going to stop you right
someone
here.
would call me.
But the day you saw that was it was a sad day for you, because you had just lost a game of golf to your dad.
Thanks for bringing that up. No. Yeah, I'd lost to my dad in golf, so I was already upset. You know, I was already sort of. Thanks so much.
Oh,
Yes, anyway, so Marvel posted a picture, and in my head, I'm like, well, I haven't got it. I'm down to the last 2, and if I had got it, they would have called me. But you know, I'd go and check, and if so, then I would text the other person who got the part, congratulations. And then I see my name, the new Spider-Man is Tom Holland. So I slam my computer shut, which has never worked the same since, by the way. I freak out. My lovely dog Tessa goes crazy because she's terrified of me screaming. And I run downstairs. I am screaming. I got the part. My mum starts cheering, and then my brother Harry's like, "No, dude, there's no way. They've been hacked. They will call you. They will call you. There's just no way that's true."
You have to think that's what your brother's saying is right. There's no way the way they would let you know is not let you know.
Right, exactly. You'd think they'd call you.
You would think.
We love you!
Thanks, guys. I love you too. And that's when Kevin then calls me. Let's have a round of applause for Kevin Feige, shall we? None of this would be possible without him, honestly. The man is a genius. But anyway, so Kevin calls me and he's like, "Tom, I want to let you know that you're going to be Spider-Man." And I'm like, "I know, Kevin, you put it on Instagram, mate. I'm 21. You really think I'm not going to find it?" Yeah, so it was an amazing day. And the crazy thing is I found out, I spoke to Kevin, and then it blew up online. So I feel like even though I found out the same way as everyone else did, I found out before everyone else did. You know, because no one texted me. And the funny thing is none of my friends knew I was auditioning because I wasn't allowed to tell them. And surprisingly, I did keep that a secret, guys. And then all my friends were texting me like, "What? How did this happen? Is this true? Is this true?" And for a lot of people, I was like, "No, it's a hoax. I wish." But no, it was an amazing, amazing month, and here I am today.
You feel good?
Yeah, he feels good.
Oh yeah, because right now you're my favorite actor.
So is Spider-Man your favorite character?
Yep.
It is? Have you seen Avengers Infinity War?
Yep.
What did you think?
It was awesome.
Yeah, it was awesome.
Like awesome. Like this room is like how I think it was a role.
Thanks so much, Angel. That was really amazing. You're a very confident young man. I love the way you just took the microphone there. You know? You've got a future in show business, my friend. I love it. Do you want to go sit back on your seat and then we'll keep going? Or do you want to stay here? Well, then you stay right here, man. You stay right here, man.
Is it, I don't know if the word's unique, strange, odd to you, how people blur the lines between who you are and who Spider-Man is? The kids look to you as though you are Spider-Man, and in their world, you really are him.
I get the same reaction as I did here tonight when I opened my mouth for the first time and people didn't know I was English.
Yeah.
And they're like, "You didn't know I was English? That's because you're my biggest fan, bro." But yeah, so that's always funny when people look at me really confused. And I always put on the thickest, like if I met the Queen type of accent, you know. "Hello, how are you today?" Like, sing a song.
How are you going to say no now?
Angel, I think they want you to sing a song.
I don't want to sing right
Yeah, I don't want to sing either, but me and you both. Let's not do that.
Sorry, we tried.
We tried. I'm Angel's manager now, and let's not do it. Thanks for the offer.
You mentioned the royal family. Have the royal family shown any interest in the Avengers, or have they any fans there that you know of?
I'm just waiting for their kids to grow up, you know,
Yeah.
and have William like, "Would you like to come over for tea?" Yes, Your Highness. Yeah, no, they have. I've never met them. I've seen Prince Harry in real life at a rugby game, and he seemed like a nice chap.
Oh, you approve.
I approve.
So tell me a little bit about when you did finally get the role.
Mm-hmm.
Was it to be in Captain America: Civil War, or was it with the idea for the franchise? Was it what were you auditioning for exactly?
It was definitely Civil War. It was Civil War. I found out, I think, on a Friday, and like Monday morning, I was in the Spider-Man suit working with Downey. It was the quickest turnaround process you can imagine. I mean, I think within 3 or 4 days, I was on set shooting. And again, that was another situation. I had no idea how big my part was, what my character was going to be like, how they were going to introduce him, what I was going to have to do stunt-wise. And I just went for it, really.
Yeah.
And the nice thing about Civil War, which was a blessing which Toby and Andrew didn't have as much as I love their performances, is that I had a chance to sort of audition for the world. It was such a small role in that film. If what I did the world didn't like, I had an opportunity to change that before my first film.
Yeah.
And I was just lucky that I had such a positive response and everyone really enjoyed it. So I knew that for Spider-Man Homecoming, all I had to do was exactly what I did on Civil War, just for 100 days in a row, rather than 4 days, you know.
You mentioned as quickly as you were in the costume on the set, your first impression of being in the costume? Because I heard, yeah, I'll let you take it.
It's cool. Yeah, the first time I tried on the Spider-Man costume for Civil War was the most disappointing part of the whole process.
Not why you think. Listen to the story.
Hear me out. I know I sound like an idiot, but hear me out. So anyway, I go to Atlanta to start shooting, and I try on the suit, and I had an amazing stunt double called Marvin, who was actually quite a lot bigger than I was, and he'd already been filming, they'd already made him a Spider-Man suit, and those things take a long time to make. You know, they take sort of 6 to 9 weeks to make. They're very, very expensive. You have to go through like laser scans and then tape measures, and it's just a crazy process. So what they were going to do is I was just going to wear Marvin's suit, and then they were going to tailor it to me so it would fit. So I said to them when I went into the fitting, big moment, you know, trying on the real Spider-Man suit for the first time. I mean, that's like a dream come true. Thanks so much, bro. Thank you.
What kind of first Avenger did you meet?
The first Avenger that I met?
Yeah.
Let me think about that. It probably was Iron Man, yeah. It probably was. I think he was the first one I ever met.
Wait, did you like Star-Lord?
I love Star-Lord. Chris Pratt is one of my favorite human beings ever. But anyway, so I said, sorry.
And back to the Spidey suit story.
It's my partner here. What was I talking about?
You were just putting on the suit.
I was just putting on the suit, right, so yeah. We backtrack. So anyway, the suit, the Spider-Man suit story. Right. Yeah, so I put this, hang on, I tell you what I did. I closed all the mirrors in the room, so I couldn't see the suit. I wanted to see it for the first time on, looking great, you know? And I closed all the mirrors, I put the suit on, it felt great. I looked down, I looked like Spider-Man. And then when they opened the mirrors, because Marvin was a lot bigger than I was, it was like a saggy, really gross, sad, old-looking Spider-Man. So it wasn't nearly as heroic as I thought it would be. But it fits now. Do you know what? It's so perfectly made. There's a lovely lady called Robin who makes them. She is amazing. That we were flying from, I think it was Moscow to Madrid or something like that, and Harrison and Harry, my little brother, were on this plane with me, and they left the Spider-Man suit with me, which they never do. Normally they keep it like under lock and key, no one can get to it, and they just, for some reason, they just, like, can you look after this? I was like, yeah, I can look after this, thanks very much. And then as soon as we took off, I was like, who wants to try on the Spider-Man suit? So I dressed my little brother up in it, and he had a similar experience to me, because he's a little smaller than I am, so it was a little baggy on him. And then Harrison, who is quite a bit bigger than me, we could not get that on. The zips like nearly burst and stuff. So it was like if Spider-Man had a growth spurt, he'd have, that's what Harrison